This is the Avyakt Murli of the 4th of February 2024. Original date, the 31st of January 1998. In order to pass with honours, check your account of all the treasures you have accumulated. Today, BapDada is pleased to see the fortune of all the young and old children of this land and abroad. Throughout the whole cycle, no one apart from Brahmin souls has this fortune. Even the deities consider Brahmin life to be elevated. Each of you should examine your life from its beginning and see how elevated your future has been from the moment you took birth. As soon as a child takes birth, he receives the fortune of being sustained by his mother and father. Then he receives the fortune of being taught by a teacher. After that, he receives directions or blessings from a guru. Who gives you children sustenance, teachings, blessings and Srimat? You receive all three from the Supreme Soul. Look at the sustenance. Look how only a handful out of many receive God's sustenance. No one except you receives teachings from God the Teacher. Only you receive Srimat and blessings from the Satguru. So do you know your fortune very clearly? Do you continually swing while keeping your fortune in your awareness? Do you sing the song, "How wonderful my fortune is"? At the time of Amrit Vela, when you wake up absorbed in love for God. Love for God awakens you. Your day starts with love for God. If you didn't have this love, you wouldn't be able to wake up. Love rings the bell of your clock. The bell of love awakens you. Throughout the entire day, God's company enables you to carry out every task. Your fortune is so great that the Father himself leaves his supreme abode in order to come here and give you teachings. Did you ever hear that God leaves his home every day in order to teach you? No matter how far away souls come from, no place is further away than the supreme abode. Is there any land further away? Is America or Africa as far away? The supreme abode is the highest land. God, the highest on high, comes from the highest on high land to teach the highest on high children. Do you experience your fortune to be such? In the form of the Satguru, he gives you Srimat, and also his company in every task. He doesn't just give his directions, he also gives you his companionship. What song do you children sing? Are you with me or far away from me? You are with me, are you not? If you listen to anyone, it is the Supreme Teacher. When you eat with BapDada. When you eat on your own, that's your mistake. The Father says, "Eat with me." You children have also promised, "I will live with you, I will eat and drink with you, I will sleep with you, and I will return home with you." You mustn't go to sleep on your own. When you sleep on your own, the dreams you have are bad or have bad thoughts in them. However, because the Father has so much love for you, He tells you to sleep constantly with him. Do not sleep alone. When you awaken with the Father. When you go to sleep with him. When you eat with him. And when you go for a walk, you also walk with him. When you go to your office or business, you are just a trustee of that business, and the Father is the master. When you go to work, you know that your director, your boss, is BapDada. You are just an instrument and doing everything under his directions. When you are sad sometimes, the Father becomes your friend and tries to cheer you up. He also becomes your friend. When you shed tears of love, the Father comes to wipe away your tears. He places your tears like pearls in the jewel box of his heart. When you sometimes become mischievous and sulk, and you do sulk in a sweet way, the Father comes to make it up with you. He says, "It doesn't matter, child. Now move forward. Whatever happened has now become the past. Forget it. Let the past be the past." He tries to make it up with you in this way. So with whom do you spend your whole day? With BapDada. Sometimes BapDada is amused by the children when they say, "Baba, I forget you." On the one hand, you say you are combined. So can you ever forget the one with whom you are combined? When you are with someone, how can you forget the one who is with you? So Baba says, "Well done, children. You children have so much strength that you separate yourself from the one who is combined with you. You are combined, and yet even a little Maya separates those who are combined." When BapDada sees the games that the children play, he says, "Constantly remain aware of your fortune." What happens is that you think, "Yes, my fortune is very elevated," but you just become an embodiment of those thoughts. You do not become an embodiment of that awareness. You think very well, "I am this, I am this, I am this." You also relate it all to others very well. But you now have to become an embodiment of what you think and say. You fail to become an embodiment of that. Become an embodiment in every aspect. Experience the form of what you think. The greatest form is to become an embodiment of your experience. When you are in the supreme abode in your eternal form, you are not an embodiment of thoughts, but an embodiment of awareness. You don't even have to think, "I am a soul, I am a soul." You are that form. In the beginning, you become an embodiment of the effort you make at this time. You don't have to think, "I am a deity, I am a deity." You are that form. Therefore, since you are an embodiment in your eternal form and your original form, now become an embodiment at this time too. By your becoming an embodiment of that, your virtues and powers automatically emerge. When someone of any occupation is set on his seat, the abilities and the duties of that occupation automatically emerge. So if you too remain constantly set on your seat of your form, then every virtue, power and type of intoxication will automatically emerge. You will not have to work hard for this. This is known as the natural Brahmin nature, finishing other types of nature of many births. The natural nature of Brahmin life is to become an embodiment of virtues and an embodiment of all powers. All the other types of old nature are not the nature of Brahmin life. You say my nature is like this, but who is saying my nature? Is it a Brahmin or a warrior? Or is it the soul that has become an embodiment of awareness of his previous birth? Who says this? The nature of Brahmins is the nature of Father Brahma. So when you say my nature is like this, consider whether you can have your own nature in Brahmin life. You have to understand that if you are still trying to finish your past nature, if the nature of your past still emerges, then you should understand that you are not a Brahmin at that time but a warrior. You are battling to finish the past. So are you sometimes Brahmins and at other times warriors. What do you call yourselves? Warrior Kumars or Brahma Kumaris? Who are you? Are you Warrior Kumars? You are Brahma Kumaris and Brahma Kumaris. You do not have any other name. Do you call anyone by saying, "Hey, Warrior Kumar, come here"? Do you ever say this? Or do you tell yourself, "I am not a Brahma Kumar, I am a Warrior Kumar"? To be a Brahmin means to have the same nature as Father Brahma's nature. Never say those words. Never say them even by mistake. Do not even think, "What can I do? My nature is like this." This is making an excuse. Even to say this is just making an excuse to free yourself. You have taken a new birth, and so how can your old nature emerge in your new life? It means that you're not completely dead. You are still a little bit alive, and only a bit of you has died. A Brahmin life means that every step of Father Brahma is what are the steps of Brahmins. BapDada is looking at your fortune, for it is such an elevated fortune. Therefore those words do not seem right in front of this fortune. You are celebrating this year as the year of liberation, are you not? What classes do you give? It is the year of liberation, the year of freedom. Is it now the liberation, or is that to come in 1999? The year 1998 is the year of liberation. Those of you who think that this is the year of liberation, raise your hands. Look, it is very easy just to raise your hands. When you are sitting in this gathering and swaying in happiness, what happens is that you just raise your hands. Now, raise your hands and make this promise from your hearts. No matter what it costs, you won't break your promise for the year of liberation. Have you made such a firm promise? Be careful when you raise your hands. Whether it is recorded on this TV or not, BapDada is having your photograph taken. Therefore, become liberated from such weak words. Let your words be as sweet as the Father's. Let your words to every soul be filled with good wishes. This is known as words filled with significance. Do not speak ordinary words while walking and moving around. Anyone who suddenly comes to you should wonder whether these are words or pearls. Words filled with good wishes are like diamonds and pearls. BapDada has indicated many times that very little time now remains for you to accumulate all the treasures. If you don't accumulate at this time all the treasures of time, thoughts, words, the wealth of knowledge, the powers of yoga, and the treasures of all virtues of a life of divinity, you won't easily find another time to accumulate all these treasures. Throughout the entire day, check your account of each treasure. Just as you check your account of your physical money to see how much you are in credit, so also check each account of your treasures to see how many treasures you have accumulated. You need to have all treasures. If you wish to pass with honours, your account of accumulation of every treasure should be so full that you will be able to experience the fruit of that accumulated account of treasure for 21 births. The too late bell has not yet rung, but it will ring. You will not be told the day or date in advance. Suddenly it will be announced, "Too late." What will you do then? Will you be able to accumulate at that time? No matter how much you wish to, you will not have the time. This is why BapDada gives you the signal many times: accumulate, accumulate, accumulate. The title of each of you at this time is One with All Powers. It is not just one with some powers. In the future, you will also be full of all virtues, not just full of some virtues. You have to accumulate all of these treasures now. You have to accumulate all the virtues and powers now. Each and every treasure is connected with a virtue or power. Just as you don't speak ordinary words, but have the virtue of speaking sweet words, so each and every treasure has this connection. Because BapDada loves you children, he gives you this signal again and again. In today's gathering there are all varieties. There are small children and also teachers, because it is the teachers who have surrendered. There are Kumaris and householders as well. There are all varieties. Acha. It is good that everyone has been given a chance. This is very good. Children made a request a long time ago, didn't you? You ask, when will we get the chance to meet Baba? So it is good. A bouquet of all varieties is in front of the Father. BapDada has one pure desire of the teachers of the entire world, that the file of complaints should now finish. BapDada too has many files. So this year, let your file of complaints finish. You should all become fine. Even more than fine, you should become refined. You like this, do you not? No matter what others are like, learn how to conduct yourself with them. No matter what others are doing, even if they repeatedly create obstacles for you, For how much longer are you going to spend your time over those obstacles? There has to be a completion ceremony for those too. So do not look at others to see what each one is doing. What do I have to do? If that one is a mountain, I have to step away from him. The mountain is not going to move away. Do not think I will change if that one changes. Only when the mountain moves can I move forward. Neither will the mountain move, nor will you be able to reach your destination. Therefore, if you have pure feelings for that soul, then just give a signal, and thereby empty your mind and intellect. Do not engage yourself in thinking about those who are embodiments of obstacles. Since everything is number-wise, each one's stage will also definitely be number-wise. However, you have to become number one. Transform yourself and have good wishes for those who become obstacles and those souls who have waste thoughts. It takes a little time and a little effort, but ultimately the garlands of victory will be placed around the necks of those who bring about self-transformation. If you are able to bring about transformation in those souls with your good wishes, then do so. Otherwise, just give a signal. Put an end to your responsibility and bring about transformation in yourself and continue to fly ahead. This obstacle is also a golden thread of attachment which doesn't allow you to fly. It is a very subtle thread behind the curtain of truth. You then think, this is true, isn't it? This happens all the time. This should not happen. However, for how much longer are you going to keep watching all of those things and stopping? Now liberate yourself from those subtle threads and celebrate the year of liberation. This is why BapDada is celebrating the different functions with you and fulfilling your hopes, desires, zeal and enthusiasm. The last function of this year will be a function for the year of liberation. At functions, daddies are given gifts. So in the function of the year of liberation, give BapDada the gift of your perfection. Acha. To all the special souls everywhere who have a right to the fortune of God's sustenance, teachings and Srimat. To the souls who are equal to the Father and make themselves embodiments of their thoughts. To the instrument server souls who easily attain success in the service they do and for themselves through God's willpower. To those who constantly experience the Father in their combined form. To the companion children who constantly fulfill the relationship of companionship. BapDada's love, remembrance and namaste. Blessing. May you be a jewel of contentment, and with your speciality of contentment in your relationships and connections, become threaded in the rosary. The confluence age is the age of contentment. Those who are content with themselves and who remain constantly content in their relationships and connections and make others content become threaded in the rosary, because the rosary is created through relationships. If one bead is not connected to the next bead, a rosary cannot be created. Therefore, be a jewel of contentment, remain constantly content, and make everyone content. The meaning of being in a family is to remain content and to make everyone content. Let there not be any type of conflict. Slogan: It is the duty of obstacles to come, and it is your duty to be a destroyer of obstacles. Om Shanti.